Hi, this is Dawn with Numerologist.com. Have you ever heard the saying, the only constant is change? We humans are a funny lot. Even though change is one of life's only guarantees, most of us spend a good deal of time resisting it, worrying about it, or wasting energy trying to avoid it. Now, if you've ever been around a very young child, you know that change is a daily occurrence. And in fact, if you've been around on the planet for any amount of time, you know that other than taxes and death, change is the only other thing you can definitely count on. Sure, some change is welcomed, but other changes, especially when they involve loss, can cause a whole lot of grief, stress, and pain. So in this blog post slideshow, I'm going to give you 3 tools that will help you in coping with life's inevitable changes. The first tool is a simple mantra. A mantra is simply a word or phrase. In this case, it's a phrase you'll repeat as often as you need to when facing unwelcomed change. The second tool is a mudra or body pose. And the third tool is your challenge numbers. These are found in your full numerological profile. So let's get started. When faced with unwelcome change, one of the simplest things you can do is to repeat this simple phrase. I'm willing to flow with this challenge. I'm willing to flow with this challenge. I'm willing to flow with this challenge. Repeat this every time you feel negative emotion rising around the challenge and change life is demanding of you. Now, bear in mind that when that change involves something very painful like a health crisis, loss, or death of a loved one, please understand that there is much more involved than simply repeating a mantra. You will have to go through the phases of grief and loss under these circumstances. Thus, this mantra I'm recommending is not meant to trivialize or minimize the deep suffering that you may be undergoing. It's simply a tool you can add to your process of moving through the loss. But for other kinds of changes, like the loss of a job or the need to move, the end of a friendship, or other less painful experiences, you'd be surprised at just how well expressing your willingness to accept the change and flow with it can help you actually move into the change with grace and greater ease. Now, the second tool is a mudra or body pose. This is what I call the joyful surrender pose, and you can combine it with your mantra if you like. All you need to do is simply stretch your arms wide out to the sides of your body, lift your face and your heart chakra to the heavens, and allow the benefits of change to enter your heart. Finally, to get insight into how best to cope with these changes at different phases of your life, it's time to turn to your complete numerological profile. You want to find in your profile your challenge numbers. Everyone has 4 challenge numbers that correspond to different periods of their life. These 4 numbers represent challenges you are required to overcome during the course of your life. Each will influence you during different periods, with one exception, the third or main challenge. This challenge lasts from birth until death. The first challenge begins at birth and lasts through about the age 30 to 35. The second challenge goes from 35 to 40 years old. The third challenge, as I said, is the lifetime challenge, and it can be felt sometimes most strongly between the ages of 40 to 45. And finally, the fourth challenge lasts from about age 45 until your transition out of this life. So what you want to do, if you haven't figured it out yet, is to have a look at the challenge number that corresponds to your current age, as well as your third or lifetime challenge numbers. These two numbers will give you insight into how to best deal with the change you are facing in order to achieve the highest possible learning for your personal and your soul growth. So, tell me, what change are you facing right now? If it's a very difficult one, or even if it's not that difficult but you feel resistance rising in you, give these 3 tools a try and then write to me below to let me know how it goes. Until next time, I wish you many blessings and smooth transitions for each and every one of your life's many changes.